You might be wondering what it looks like in the Scottish Highlands in January. Well, it doesn't usually look like this, but we're counting our blessings. Snow forecast today. I don't think it's going to happen. I was wrong last time. I'm probably going to be wrong again. So let's have a quick look around the garden and see what like. Characteristically mushy underfoot. Characteristic border collie. There's some patches of mud now which are a bit annoying, but nothing too serious. And actually it was about this time last year when we had serious flooding in the vegetable garden. I mean, literally it was flooded. We were sloshing through it. So this is pretty good. I don't know if the wood chips that we added last year have, improved the drainage a wee bit. Maybe has. But it's not a bad day. There's still snow out on the hills, and like I said, there's snow forecast. But well, I'm quite pleased to see a tiny bit of blue sky at least anyway. So we'll just take a very quick spin around, look and see what we've got. So the herb garden looks horrendous. I think most things have survived actually, although I think you could argue that this rosemary is not looking its best. But the other one seems okay. This one here seems quite good. I think that one's been burned by the frost. The curry plant doing very well, so it's not bad, just needs a good tidy up, which is fine. Do that over the next couple of weeks, hopefully. I need to take that loose strife out of there. So the mint here, you'll remember there was a big wall of mint, and actually it's all died back from the cold, so I'll clear out in there and I guess see what happens. This is bizarre. This is a blackberry, what we call a bramble here, and well, maybe they call it a bramble everywhere, I don't know, but it seems to be thinking that it's time to start shooting, which is interesting because this only appeared last year and it's already, well, it's got to be 5 foot tall or something, and seems to be doing really well. So I'm going to leave that there and see if it grows us some fruit. So this is where the fruit bushes are, and actually they're looking okay. Much sign of sprouting already. So this is the blackcurrants, and we've got the gooseberries behind the little support system there. So yeah, again, it is quite early, but there's signs of life, which is excellent. So I stuck this little additional garlic bed in here just in the autumn, just because I thought it would be, it's just a waste of space here without more fruit bushes. So I've planted garlic in here. I've got more in the veg plot. They are all coming up now. I had a good look and you can see them coming up through the straw, so that's really good. They are a hardy hardneck variety called Music, which seemingly make big bulbs, and they're good for storage. So quite excited about them. We've never had them before. We did have garlic last year, but not that much, and they weren't very big. So I'm hoping for better this year. Okay, so this is the part that we call the mound, because when we first moved in here, this was all mounded up and it was all covered in nettles and just weeds, crazy weeds. So over time, the soil is actually levelled out, and this was all planted up with wildflowers and stuff last year, just trying to improve the quality of this soil. Also, it dries out very quickly, so I'm hoping that this year we've installed an IBC tank which will have a hosepipe attachment, so hopefully it'll be easier to water this bit up here. We spread cedar chips underneath the trees up here, and these trees have had a good clear out. Okay, So yeah, we've coppiced a couple of the trees that were damaged or dead, just to see whether that helps. But basically it also improved our view somewhat. I mean, this was all a jungle when we first moved here. So I've laid out a couple of tarps here. These are going to be additional garden beds, not in a structured garden bed kind of way, but in a kind of extra planting space way. So I'm not sure what I'm going to put there yet. It gets quite a bit of shade during the summer months because obviously these trees are all leafed up then. So it'll have to be something that's good with that, but I'm going to find something I can put in there just to use that space. Otherwise it's a space I either have to weed or it just goes wild and it's just a waste of space, I think. These teasels came last year. This is actually the burial site of my first chicken that we lost, Harriet, who was a Sussex light chicken, and she wasn't with us very long, sadly. Now, down in this corner, this is one improvement. This gate, which has never opened, has now been fixed, and we can now open the gate quite successfully. So I fixed that up last week. Really pleased about that because we had to do some sort of manipulation to get that gate open. So anyway, that's that. That's good. See how prevalent the moss is when the grass dies away. It's just very mossy. Yeah, I'll cover the chickens and the vegetable garden now. Okay, it's a bit of a fright. So this bed is filled with green manure mix. I've got a strawberry bed that needs cleaned out. Oh, everything just looks horrific, doesn't it, this time of year? That was the Brussels sprouts, all now gone. In fact, that's the remaining stalks of two of them. So that was calendula, so that's going to be cleared out. That's lemon balm, also to clear out. Strawberries, also to clear out. You can see the theme here, recurring, is cleaning out. A couple of hollyhocks there. I assume that they will make a comeback of some description. Not sure how successful that bed has been. It's green manure, but also I think this is the vetch that was in here. It doesn't look great. It gets trampled a lot by pheasants, so perhaps it's just been squashed. More green manure, slightly more successful. That's nothing under there. And then we have more of the hardneck garlic that I planted. So this is the variety Music I was describing earlier. They seem okay. We've got a frost casualty. Sadly, one of my favourite bird feeders did not make it through. There's some strawberry runners in that bed underneath the straw. That's an empty bed. That's an empty bed. And that's an empty bed. A couple of tubs of strawberries that need cleaned out and a random planter. So that's that's the vegetable garden. Something interesting happening in here. Oi! You lot. Oi, oi, oi. That might be the biggest egg I've ever seen. And what was it doing in there? Who knows anything about this? Misty? Coco? I think this has got your name on it, Coco. Everybody looks slightly suspicious of the egg, but thankfully nobody's broken it. Interesting. So everything in here looks horrendous. It usually does this time of year. I think this is especially awful just now. We've got piles of rubbish. These are their compost piles. They basically love them, but this one was a big mound and they just trample them down and sift through them and seemingly lay eggs in them. I'm going to have to look through that pile in case there's another half dozen. So Misty has been at least laying her eggs in the appropriate place. So I don't think it's anything to do with Misty, the other egg. And these 3 leg bars, they are just the best chickens ever. Very good layers. They were new last year. Hello, girls. So we have Pip, who looks a bit nervous, Phoebe, who's running away there, and Penny through the other end. They've just hopped through into their additional run. And I'm going to go and see if they've laid us any eggs. No eggs yet, Phoebe. Must do better. Okay, so it's now raining, of course. I think that was predictable. So I'm going to head back in. Very quick whistle-stop tour. Yeah. No need for the rain. Come on, Rusty, take cover.